D.F.I.T. principle, D.F.I.T. principle, and more D.F.I.T. principle. Hey guys, it's Coach D of the 23% Challenge, and today we are going to talk about the D.F.I.T. principle. Now, I know everybody is wondering, all right, Coach D, what is the D.F.I.T. principle, right? Well, guys, are you stuck in your workouts? Are you no longer getting any results? Are you no longer building muscle? Are you no longer getting stronger? Are you no longer losing any weight? Well, if that is your case, then chances are you have reached a plateau. And so what the D.F.I.T. principle is, guys, it's a way to break through your plateau so that you can continue getting stronger. You can continue building muscle and you can continue losing body fat. So without any further delay, let's talk in detail about the D.F.I.T. principle. Get ready, guys, because this is going to be a wonderful ride. All right, so our first question is, what does it mean to be stuck? Well, a few things. Number one, it could be that you are no longer getting any results. So that begs the question, what types of results are you looking for? Are you looking to build muscle? Are you looking to lose body fat? Are you looking to improve your flexibility? What exactly are you looking to do? So when we talk about being stuck, really what that means is that you have plateaued. Ooh, it sounds like a bad word, right? But don't worry. In the next slide, I'm going to explain to you exactly what a plateau is. So get ready. All right, so Coach D, what is a plateau? All right, let me go ahead and read it to you, and then of course we'll discuss it. A plateau refers to a period of time in which your body no longer responds to your fitness or diet routine. That's right, guys. So if we look at our graph or our picture, all it simply means is that as time continues to move forward, you no longer see any results. Now, those results could mean muscle strength, muscular endurance, weight loss, perhaps an increase in your flexibility. So basically, time is moving forward, meaning you are continuing to exercise. You're going to the gym day in and day out. You've made a few changes to your diet, but now that you're about 6, maybe 8, maybe 10 weeks into your exercise program, you are no longer seeing any results. So now the question is, how do we get beyond that plateau? How do we continue seeing results? And so guys, now I really want to share with you the principles behind the D.F.I.T. principle. That way, all of your questions will definitely be answered. All right, so how do I overcome my plateau? Well, guys, let's talk about the D.F.I.T. principle. But more importantly, I got to ask you one question. And that question is, are you willing to change? That's right, guys. In order to get different results, we must do something different. We must change. So again, the question is, are you willing to change? I hope the answer is yes, because if it is yes, then guess what? The D.F.I.T. principle allows you to do just that. So the word D.F.I.T. is really an acronym, which stands for diet, frequency, intensity, time, and type. That's right, guys. The D is diet, the F is frequency, the I is intensity, the first T is time, and the second T refers to type. So let's now talk about each variable separately. All right. First up is diet. Okay, now this is very, very important. And I gotta be honest with you, out of the 5 variables, the diet is probably the most important one. So that's why I wanted to go ahead and address it first. If we refer back to the 23% challenge, we know that the 23% challenge is 7 days of wellness along with 7 days of being on a vegan diet. So my question to you is, have you tried the vegan diet yet? I hope you have. If you haven't, don't worry, because here are just a few things that you can do to change your diet in hopes of getting different results. Number one, have you considered reducing the amount of meat that you're consuming? Did you know that by reducing the amount of animal protein in your diet, that you are basically saving your kidneys, you're saving your bones, plus you're saving your blood vessels from being clogged by high cholesterol levels. Number two, have you thought about reducing the amount of processed foods and beverages in your diet? Guys, we've talked about processed foods and beverages before. We know that they are loaded with synthetic chemicals, right? That unfortunately can lead to the big four. And we all know what the big four are, right? Obesity, cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Have you considered reducing the animal products that are in your diet, such as milk and cheese and eggs? Remember, guys, those animal products are very high in cholesterol and they're very high in saturated fat, which unfortunately can also lead to the big four. Now, another change that we can make, remember, eat more plants, right? That's always our three-word mantra, eat more plants. All right, Coach D, so what does that mean? More fruits, more vegetables, more legumes, more nuts and seeds, okay, and more whole grains. Very, very simple. And last but not least, when it comes to diet, let's start drinking more water. Now, a lot of people may say, all right, Coach D, I get it. I know how important it is to drink water. Cool. But now, how much water should I be drinking? Well, guys, without getting into too many specifics, why don't you aim for 1 gallon per day? That's right, guys. I said it. 1 whole gallon per day. Now, there are some textbooks out there that'll say, well, women need about 9 cups, men need about 13 cups of water per day. But you know what? Let's go ahead and put everybody on the same playing field, and everybody, whether you're a man or a woman, young or old, muscular, skinny, fat, skinny, right? It doesn't matter. Everybody should aim for at least 1 gallon of water per day. So, if you are looking to change anything in your diet, here you go, guys. Reduce your animal protein, i.e. meat. Reduce your processed foods. Reduce your processed beverages. Reduce the animal products, all right? Eat more plants, and of course, drink more water. All right, let's move on to the F, which means frequency, which basically means how often do you work out or how often do you exercise, okay? So that brings up another question. How many days per week are you exercising? Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4, 5, 6, 7? Let's figure it out. When we talk about frequency, really what we're talking about is how many days per week are you exercising? So if you are exercising once a week, all right, step it up to twice a week. If you're exercising 3 times a week, step it up to 3. If you're exercising 4, bump it up to 5. Guys, the more often you exercise, chances are you will get better results. Now, I will say this. There is absolutely no need for you to work out 7 days a week. The body requires rest. Rest is very important in order to prevent overtraining. All right. So again, you never want to exercise every day because that'll lead to overtraining, which then leads to injury. And once you're injured, forget about it. All right. But honestly and truly, if you're looking to build muscle, if you're looking to lose body fat, then you want to at least work out 4 times a week. That's right, guys, 4 times a week, at least. So right now, if you're training just once a day or once per week, then of course, let's step it up to twice a week. If you're exercising twice a week, let's step it up to 3 times a week. So frequency always refers to how often. And again, in order to get different results, we have to do something different. So if you want to change the frequency, start out slowly by increasing the number of times you work out per week by just one. And believe it or not, that can give you different results. All right, next up, let's move on to the I, which means intensity. So when we talk about intensity, really what we're talking about is how hard. That's right, guys. So now the question is, how intense are your exercise sessions? Let me ask you this. When you go to the gym and you're walking on the treadmill, can you carry on a conversation? If the answer is yes, then guess what? You are not working out hard enough. That's right. When you're walking on the treadmill, your body, or shall I say your heart rate and your lungs, they're not working hard enough. So you can go ahead and gossip and talk about yourself or talk about other people in the gym all you want. It's not until your workout becomes a little more intense that your heart and your lungs and your muscles have to work a little harder, which will make it very difficult for you to have a conversation. So guys, if you can have a conversation while at the gym, you're not working out hard enough. All right. So how do we increase the intensity of our workouts? It's very easy. All you have to do is lift heavier weights, go faster, and stretch farther. Okay. Increasing the intensity of your workouts is very, very simple. But I will say this, that if we look at all 5 variables, diet, frequency, intensity, time, and type, intensity is probably the one variable that you want to be easy with. Please do not, and I repeat, do not be so quick to increase the amount of weight that you're lifting. That can lead to injury. Please don't be so quick to maybe speed up the treadmill from maybe 3.0 to 7.0. That can lead to injury. So if we are considering increasing the intensity of our workouts, please do so, but at a very slow rate. Remember, the body needs time to adapt to a new stimulus. And so by increasing the intensity slowly but surely, that's one sure way in order to get different results. All right, let's now talk about time, the first T, meaning how long. So now the question is, how long are your workout sessions, right? I mean, when you go outside to walk around your apartment, or you're going outside to walk the block or in a park, how long are you out there? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour? I don't know. But think about how long you're actually exercising. Now, for those of you who enjoy classes, right? Zumba, spinning, aerobics, cardio, kickboxing, those classes normally last an hour. But in order to increase our time, all you have to do is work out for a longer period of time. That's it. So if while you're walking around the block, you notice that it takes you 20 minutes, well, guess what? Walk a little longer. Maybe do it for 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. All right. By increasing the length of time that you work out, that is one variable within the D.F.I.T.T principle that can help get you different and perhaps better results. Now, if you are weight training, then you want to focus on the number of sets, the number of reps, and of course the number of weightlifting exercises that you're doing. By increasing any one of those 3, or perhaps all 3, then that will lengthen your workout sessions. So that's how you increase your time, guys. Again, increasing the time that you spend working out is probably the easiest variable to manipulate within the D.F.I.T.T principle. All right, next up is type. The second T represents type, or we can say mode of exercise. So now that brings up the question, are you doing the same exercises? Okay, now I know I got a lot of class junkies out there, right? I got my spinning crew, I got my MMA crew, I got my yoga crew, I got my Zumba crew, right? I mean, these people are fanatics about yoga and spinning and Zumba. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, but here is where people fall into a plateau, is because they love it so much they do it day in and day out, and that's all they do. But the problem is that the body adapts. Now, in order to get beyond this plateau, we got to start switching it up. We got to do something different. So guys, let's remember day 6 of the 23% challenge, which is exercise day. On exercise day, I encourage you to do something different. So if you love Zumba, try a yoga class. If you love yoga, try a spinning class. If you love MMA, try a cardio kickboxing class. Again, we are trying to get beyond our plateaus. And in order to get beyond the plateau, you must provide the body with a new stimulus so that it has to readapt, right? So how does the body readapt? Well, it builds more muscle. It loses more body fat. So guys, please, when it comes to type, okay, don't be afraid to try something new. Remember, in order to get beyond your plateau, you must be willing to change. All right, so that's the D.F.I.T.T principle, guys. And what is our take-home message? Let's get beyond the fear and let's push up the courage, guys, because in order to get beyond fear, we must have courage. So today, I want everybody to be courageous, and let's be willing to change so that we have something new and different to look forward to. All right, and so our question of the day is, which variable will you change? Will you change your diet? Will you change the frequency? Will you change the intensity, the time, or the type? You have 5 variables to consider. Now, if I were to make at least one recommendation, I would first start with diet. Believe it or not, just tweaking one thing in your diet will allow you to see the best results the fastest. And then after diet, I will probably work on time as my second variable to manipulate. And the last variable that I would recommend would be intensity. Because again, when it comes to intensity, that is the one variable which unfortunately can lead to an injury the fastest. So we all know that nothing sidelines your workouts like an injury. So please, guys, be safe, be happy, and ultimately be healthy. I'm Coach D of the 23% Challenge, and I am signing out. So remember, our question of the day is, which variable will you change? Enjoy. Goodbye.